Welcome to TeamViza TV interview series. I am your host, IPW. I want to take this time to thank all my sponsors for making this project possible. Big respect to Geo Designs, Army Clothing, Lala Closet, Hakim Graphic Designs, Inner Sandals Entertainment, and Shimalicious Pizza. We have a special guest on set tonight. She's the soil of Vesini Village, Labrie. She's also the CEO of BAAD Clothing. She's also the management of Prince Swami and personal friend of the late Miss Giselle Salandi. Let's welcome the TeamViza TV interview series, Miss Tamar Watson. Familiar with this clothing, man. Bad. We say bad. Watch your face. Welcome to TeamViza TV interview series.
Blessings.
Season 2. I'm your host, IPW. What's your mood like right now?
I always in a good mood, and a positive, good vibes all the time. Yeah, I know everything goes.
I know the whole COVID-19 everything, so I still appreciate the fact that you come out.
Yeah, man.
Right? So Miss Tamar Watson, I would like you to take us back. When I mean take us back, you just give me the Vesini. And we go back to the preschool. Yeah, so
basically, so you want a history around that?
History.
Well, I was always, young, brave, and ambitious. Born and grew in Vesini Village, something I'm definitely proud of. It made me who I am. After that, I transferred a bunch to different schools. I mean, I use it I think of it as a great opportunity to get to network and meet with other people. I mean, at that time, I didn't think of it like that. So I lived Vesini, I lived Mayaro, I lived abroad. So I went to different schools, went to PFC, I went to Vancouver, PFC. So I transferred a lot.
Right.
And I used to deal with a lot of different environments. And then older from there, I was granted a scholarship for football. I played national football for under 20 and like 2 years in senior. But then I obviously, as most people might know, I got into a fatal accident where it took the life of my best friend Giselle Salandi at the time. And from there, it just has been a battle to find where I needed to be, find what I needed to do. I always knew that I had something, special to do. I always felt that, God had some type of purpose for my life. And, it really took a sad tragedy to really get me up and running in the direction that I needed to go. From there things just shoot off, got into creating, I always like fashion, I always like, to create and, see people happy and stuff like that. So most of the things I do now is basically around that. Managing Swani was actually something I was very far-fetched for me. It's not something that I ever thought I would have been doing, managing any artist, as a matter of fact. But the opportunity was placed in front of me and I am not the type to back down, so it took me a while to say yes.
Obviously,
you understand? Yeah, never back down. It took me a while to say yes, but I eventually, decided that, this was a golden opportunity, and if I could make any changes and differences in, his life, in his career, that is actually a blessing to me, so.
Right. Vesini, Bootland. Was it rough for Tamar growing up in Vesini?
I wouldn't say it was rough. Let me be real. You understand? I grew up around people that had it way tougher than me, and most of them were my boys, are my boys still. I mean, sometimes, with things going, how it goes in my life, my career, it's very demanding. I have a lot of different, things that I have to juggle on a regular basis. So I don't really get to see and, box around with my boys as much. But, I mean, it wasn't that difficult for me. My grandparents and my parents were well off. I feel like I was given opportunities to do a lot of things, it doesn't like I had to starve, and yet still I would still come in the park by Roy and you beg Gina for some food, Miss Gina, you understand? And that's the life that we live, you understand? Yes, it definitely wasn't hard. I love Vesini with my heart and soul. Unfortunately, we don't have a landmark here anymore, but my landmark is at every home that I ever visited, every friend that I ever had. So Vestini is definitely home for me. Everybody who knows me know that Vestini is the location on my map that I always would seek after, and I would always want to, come back and give back to.
All you hear that, eh?
Yeah.
All you hear that,
For
eh?
sure.
Vestini, yeah? Right.
Vestini.
Now, I know you've been involved playing football and everything, right? What made you decide to start this football?
With me in football has been embedded in me. I remember like just running away. Yeah, my mother used to cut my tail. I know everybody. Yeah, no problem. Everybody knew all of us, I used to get relics. They used to call me the hardest girl down south. You understand? And it's just because I had a different mindset, and football was one of the sports that I used as an avenue to really get out of certain, oppressions that, we face in family life and, as youth and, dealing with society as a whole. So football for me started very young. It wasn't something that I had to choose, it chose me. I loved it, and unfortunately the accident also took my ability to play at where I was comfortable. I mean, I played.
Which is like a professional.
Yeah, I played national team after and stuff like that, but the accident kind of changed everything when it comes to, football. I mean, I love this sport. I still support it 150%, but that was definitely not my path. I thought so, but it wasn't. But football is in my blood.
You feel so, yeah?
Yeah, it's in my blood.
I feel that was your part too, because
You
the way
feel
you used to knock your ball and...
Yeah, but if it was my part, it would have been said.
Because you was the only female that used to knock ball with your homeboys.
Yeah, come on, and even think about it. Even like when we used to be sweating, a lot of the youths didn't get to sweat, and it's few youths used to get to sweat, and I was one of them, and the only girl too. You understand what I mean?
Then kind of injuries used to be collecting all the females.
Yeah, you can remember the day when we had the little sport
over
there, and somebody a skate tackle and like get up normal to sweat, and it's because I big so hospital for me.
So it's no come, you don't know.
Nah, I still take on somebody now one-on-one normal and don't feel it's just so. You understand?
I take us to the journey.
Don't value. Don't feel it's just so.
Duval. Big up yourself, Duval. You understand? Take us through the journey now from, well, as we just call it, street football.
Yeah.
Into the national aspect of the football.
Well, street football, everything is all well and good. You beat a man, you don't run back. I mean, dealing with it professionally is something totally different, and it was something that I had to adapt to now. And coming from Vestini, where we believe that we champion thing and everybody had the confidence and stuff, it was definitely difficult joining the national realm where everything was basically do this, do that, you understand? So yes, I was very skillful and stuff like that, but a lot of the basics I didn't know. So like simple long passes and stuff like that I used to be struggling with in training. So some people practice champs, I not practice champ. Put me in a game and you go get me, you understand? Put me in practice and I ain't not done that, you understand? So the transition is definitely a big thing, and that's why a lot of footballers who are really good at home or in your hometown, they don't really succeed past that level, because the discipline that it takes to play at that level, it is a lot, and it really takes up a lot of your life, a lot of your time and your dedication, because off the ball and off training in national, you have to come home and train, you understand? That's something it's something that you have to eat and sleep, you understand? You have to do it all the time, so it's definitely a big difference.
Were you disciplined?
In the game?
Yeah, the game of football. Towards your teammates, your coach, the game itself.
I definitely think I was disciplined, but I would also add that I was very passionate. Still am in anything that I do, and a lot of people who may know me know that I'm very passionate. So certain things like I wouldn't let slide. Certain things, if I feel like things are being done unjustly within the realm of the coaches or the TTFA, I was the one to kind of jump up and tell them to the face. So if you want to say that's indiscipline, no problem. But for me, I just think that's just being real, just.
And Tamar, what's the most memorable moment in the national team?
The most memorable moment, I don't think it would be in national, but I think the most memorable moment would be a few days before Gisela and I actually got into the car accident. She came to our first senior session for the year, which I think it was either the second, I think it was the day before, so it was the 3rd of January we got into accident, the 4th. So this the third week she came with training with me, sorry, and she actually took a sweat with us, and to me that was the most memorable thing. Probably because it's sentimental, but that was one thing that I would always remember with the national team.
She's a not baller thing too.
I mean, she wasn't no baller, but she had Tamar really poorly that day and the sweat. But I mean, it was just an exciting moment for me. I mean, I could talk about many other things that happened in the game, playing internationally, playing against different countries, playing against clubs internationally. I could talk about many great things, but for me, sentimental things are more valuable in my memory rather than, you know.
And like scholarships, something put into the football. Some of the places that they represent on that like scholarship.
Well, I went to school in Georgia. It was shorter college at the time, now it's shorter university. I spent 4 years there. One of the years I spent at home in a wheelchair, which was my junior year. And then I returned for my senior year, which obviously I didn't play that year. But I was a part of the team and I took trips and stuff like that. So my college and scholarship was spent in Rome, Georgia, which is shorter university. And kudos to them, they were really good to me. And
I'm moving away from the football now, right?
yeah.
I want to go into something.
Talk to me.
Right? As you mentioned, you and the late Jesus Land had a very close relationship. The relationship with both of you all was like?
What it was like?
Yeah.
It's something that I really can't say, you know, what it was like. Jesus was a blessing to earth, and I am honored to have been a part of her last days and a part of her life in the way I was. And I'm even honored now to try to, you know, carry those gloves on so that she could continually be remembered. But the relationship was golden. It was all about love. She was somebody so pure, you know, and me coming from the household and the background I came from, I wasn't used to that kind of vibe. You understand? We were more like business savvy, on it, and she basically taught me how to, you know, just chill, you know, just rock back. She was that type of person, no matter how far you reach in life, because I was a little cocky, I'm telling you, when I was playing national ball, you can't talk to me really, I'm sure you know, you understand? Yeah, you know, young and you know, you had a big swell head and stuff, and I think what she taught me a lot was, you know, that humility is the most important thing in anything, and it is something that it is necessary. You can't be successful in anything, whether it be a relationship, a friendship, a business venture, or anything, without having humility, because you can't be bigger than the game, you understand? You can't be bigger than the game. So
and if there's one thing that Jesus Land leave with him up to this day that you'll never forget?
She left her legacy. I still walk around today, yeah, people calling me Giselle, you understand? Whether it be they think I'm looking like her, or just by looking at me they have a memory of her. So people used to say that, but she definitely left her legacy. I feel like it sometimes is a burden on my shoulders, I mean even the earlier years, but she also really left a spirit of discernment and honor. She left more of a vibe with me more than anything. Like she left that coolness after I still recovering. When I recovered enough to, you know, get up and do stuff and things, my aura changed. I no longer was that hyper. I mean, I still have it there, wild ma is wild ma, you understand? But she left something with me that, you know, keeps boggling my mind time and time again, and it's just really, you know, life is short, and you know, we need to take it down, you know, sometimes, than not rush everything. So I have a motto now that I share with my team: don't rush it. We don't rush anything. If this is what it is, if we feel at this point in time, there will be another opportunity to do it again.
Do you ever feel? Because I know life is be very busy, right? Do you ever feel like remembering your sister Salandi that you know it's about time I let go?
I mean, I have let go. I have let go of the fact that this is what happened. I have let go of the fact that God had it to be that way. but I would never let go of, you know, what we had. I would never let go of the fact that I was blessed enough to be in her presence, the presence of what I consider an angel. Because if I said 90% of the country reached out to me after the accident, talking about how great Giselle was, I feel like everybody was impacted by that. People who knew her, people who didn't know her, and I want to keep that with me. I don't want to let that go, because at the end of the day, when I do leave Earth, I want people to respect me in that way. I want people to say, yes, she was giving, yes, she was courteous, yes, she was kind, yes, she was this and that and the other. And it's hard in the society, yeah? Because we're dealing with people that don't really care about nothing but themselves. And that's just how society make us to brainwash us and stuff like that. But I don't want to have to part with that. She's with me everywhere I go. My first tattoo, I don't know how real that.
Yeah.
My first tattoo was two turtle doves, and the turtle doves with a boxing glove. The turtle dove basically signifies that she is soaring above, and she left me with the glove and take the weight of dealing with society and trying to be a good person over all the chaos. So I don't really want to let it go. I will never let it go. Every year around this time, I go in a gloom. Every year, and I stress out everybody around me. But I'm lucky to have friends that actually understand and knows me, so they kind of just pop with me around this time. Yeah.
The day of that said accident, if you wish to speak about it,
I will.
right? The morning, when Tamar was soon wake up, what was your mood like?
The day of the accident?
I want to start from the day, the morning.
When I wake up? Well, when I wake up, I was in... I mean
with the accident.
What do you mean? The
morning,
day, every day,
before.
Or the Wednesday, that it was a Sunday, Saturday, which was the 3rd. That's the day I mean.
Right.
Well, we went national training. We went to the national training. I had my training session, and I was kind of staying with her in Alicia's Palace because of some things that happened with my family before and stuff like that. And I was helping out with the boxing camp. Before that, she had a little fight. She had a fight that she won, not a little fight, a big fight actually. And the day before we got up, I said I had training. She told her manager, which was box up at the time, she wanna go. And he was like, you have a fight coming up, you had to train. And he made me promise him that she would run a few laps. I mean, them laps didn't happen, you understand? But that was it. Wake up, say I go in training. She said she come in, went the training, and that was that. After training session, everybody was in a glee. All the national players were really excited that she was there, and it was a good time. So.
Right. And then moving on from that moment, because I try to get a whole...
A grasp.
Because I never hear you spoke about it.
Okay, I don't really. I never speak about it on anything live.
Anything live?
Yeah. I spoke to other people.
So like, TeamViza is a kind of special moment.
Yeah, we're getting through right now. Okay, the rundown. So after football, we went back to the hotel, we ate and stuff like that. After eating, what we had after that? I don't think we had anything that day. We was done with everything that we were supposed to do that day. And my national team had, well, when everybody comes back from college, a couple of days before everybody leaves, the team or the coach of the team will do, we do a little line. So all the team will come together, usually around Christmas time, obviously, that when everybody home.
Right.
And I told her I ain't feeling like I want to go, because all the girls invited her after the training. I come now, come out, whatever. I told her I wasn't feeling like I really wanted to go, but she insisted. And she's like, go. She got everything dressed up, whatever. But like a week before was my birthday, and I was in meetings for the entire day. So she was really trying to surprise me by sending me to go, making me think that she wasn't coming, and then she showed up. So I ended up going. She showed up. I mean, I was outside when she came, just saying I'm open, because I really didn't want to be there now. You know, sometimes you just, you don't get that vibe. And I was really moping, I'm not gonna lie. I just was outside. And then I saw the car pull up, and I run inside because I didn't want to ruin the surprise now. And then she came inside, we had a grand time, lime, ting, boom, boom, boom. And then we left, went back to the hotel. Well, you know, Randy was a really good friend of us, also big up yourself, Phantom.
Yeah, big up Phantom.
We all went went back to the hotel, and we had a friend there who was actually in the car that we was in, and she was like, she wanted to go home. She had some personal things that I wouldn't discuss to do, and I was like, nah, not this hour, I really. I was like, nah, not this hour, and she was like, Giselle being the soft one, say, we go drop you home. And I'm dropping she home Piyako, and then on our way back, when Grandma's had the lights, right by Nestle there. When we reached by the lights, I was on red, I was fighting her sleep. And I just say, well, it's tired. She was like, nah, go and sleep. She reached over, rock back my seat, and I knock out, and next thing I know, on a pole, I was in and out of consciousness, so the memory is very vague. I remember seeing my football outside on the ground. That's when the stretcher real mouth. I remember talking to the person who was telling me wiggle my toes and wondering why do I have on my sneakers, because I had on her sneakers. And hearing her groaning and saying, well, she wasn't saying anything, she was just going, and that's the last memory I have of her, besides in my dreams. I dream a lot, which is good. And yeah, that was it. In and out of consciousness from there, and then a couple of days after, I think was on the day of her funeral. Well, I was used to a lot of people coming into the hospital, but nobody told me anything. And the day of her funeral, the place was so dead. And then nobody was really there. And then I asked my mom, like, well, we're going on, tell me, like, where's Giselle? And then she was like, some people were meant to go and some people were meant to stay, and you were one of the persons meant to stay. Well,
and your mood was like...
Yeah, it was bacchanal after that. I really didn't want to exist. Obviously, I felt a lot of fault because of she went to something that she did for me. Even though I wasn't driving the car or anything like that, it definitely put a lot of guilt, into my chest. And I feel like from there, I kind of started suffering with emotional problems and, feeling like, life is really not supposed to be how it's supposed to be, and etc. But I mean, 12 years from there now, so on a lighter note. Yeah.
And I saw you had like I don't know if it's a movement or something that they just wanted to do, put it into like she gravesite.
Oh yeah. It's something I've wanted to do for a while. I feel like for what she gave to the country, and how much she put into effortlessly push this country, and Giselle never lost a fight. And even though boxing wasn't a sport that was prominent in Trinidad like football, she definitely was the one that put it on the map. And I feel like having the grass cut around her cemetery and putting up a tombstone is something that the government should have done, but at the end of the day, we can't push people. So if I want to see something, I need to get up and do it. So I decided to, pull my hand a couple of years ago when I visited the grave. I said I would do it as well. Obviously, financially, at that time, I don't feel like I was able to do it, or maybe emotionally, I'm not sure, what vibe. But this year, definitely going to get it done. And my plan is, as long as all goes well in God's will, is for her birthday on the 25th of January to have a full historic site at the cemetery. Yes.
After coming out, the wheelchair from the accident,
Right.
you had a journey where you used to be like in schools, giving lectures and everything.
Yeah, well, I still do that. I still do a lot of giving back. I mean, COVID obviously stopped that this year, but I had some schools carded. Now I feel like a lot of the youth are very misguided. I feel like the school system and the system that they put in place is just basically something that is remote for us to follow and be mentally enslaved.
Not reach full potential.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
To squeeze us from really getting to the level that we could be. And I really like, uplifting the youth. I mean, even now, my entire team, basically under 20, and I don't really have much people around me that are my age, they're all young. I like to be, even when I was growing up, the boys in the neighborhood used to be hanging around me, used to be the youth, you understand? I really feel like I'm bounded to, assist in the youth. I feel like it's a big part of who I am to give back to youth and community. Obviously, they are the next generation, they are our future. So yeah, we did that, a lot of motivational speeches in schools and stuff like that, and it's something that I don't think I would ever stop.
Tamar, your life never seemed to stop. Do you think it's a messenger from God?
That's a tough one. Like,
not in a sense of going on a pulpit and preach the word of God. But like touch lives, turn lives around, save lives.
I feel very strongly spiritually that I have a very defined purpose. I don't know for sure if I have activated it fully, but I feel it. I have been feeling it, especially after the accident and after being able to recover and stuff. It has been something that has been a hunch in me for over the years, that I am destined to do something and change some lives. So yeah, I wouldn't say a messenger from God, but I feel like I'm actually on the right path to do what God really wants me to do.
I believe he's a messenger. Yeah, because
that's kind of scary. That's my pause raised because.
Well, I believe he's a messenger because I just follow you.
Yeah.
And as a person, you always seem to always send something positive out there.
Yeah.
You don't deal with the negative vibes.
Yeah.
You understand? And very few people who in your position right now doesn't even do that.
Yeah.
They always want to share the negative.
Well, to me, honestly, if I'm not sharing positivity, then I'm wasting my time. Like, why exist, or why coexist on earth and not share knowledge? Why not pass it down? Because the same children, our grandchildren, you know, they are going to benefit or not benefit off of the things that we do today. So if we destroy the planet, if we destroy humanity, if we destroy society, if we mentally enslave our own people by not sharing our experiences, because the only way for us to learn or have a manifold to life is by going through certain things. And if I go through certain things and I could share it with my young little brother here and say, don't go down that road.
Right.
I've been there.
Right.
You understand? Why not? Why not do it? So I really believe in positivity, and I don't really entertain negativity. A lot of people is unfollow and thing and they say I'm a hater. Tamar is a hater, she unfollow me, but anything that messes with my energy, if I wake up in the morning and I see a snap from you, I give people chances. I see a post from you that I feel like heavy in my spirit. I give you a chance, and sorry, you're probably having a bad day, but you're doing that consecutively. It's no hate. I will delete you, I will block you.
So you're big on energy.
Yeah, energy is huge for me. Huge.
Yeah. Because I see you make a live recently. We were speaking about the same energy, and it was really lashing out. It was really.
Nah, when I get up there.
Really,
yeah.
Because I'm taking this live here. I started getting frightened at a point in time.
Yeah.
I said, nah.
Which one? The one when I talk about with Orlando song?
Yes, that one. Yeah.
I will. Orlando, I have had the opportunity to actually have like serious talks with Orlando. Obviously, the platform that I have now really gives me an opportunity to be around some really good people. And Orlando and I really connected in a different way. And I feel like he's a prophet. You know, I feel like he speaks the facts. And obviously, he wouldn't be perfect at his craft, but I feel like he's doing his best to, you know, do his part. And when I decide to go on a live to discuss something, I will be real and raw. You know, sometimes Swanee probably does be watching me and I might read my manager, but he understands who I am and he understands the purpose I have. And I think that it's something that I can't stop. I mean, if I have to lose things and people to stand in the way of what God wants me to do, then so be it. And people and things will have to be lost. Yeah.
Hey. As I mentioned, as Prince Swanee, you being the management of Prince Swanee, how this came about him? After the football, how this whole management thing came about?
Boy, you know what? Yeah, what happened? Let me tell you what happened in my life, right? And don't watch people just watch me and feel like my life real good. Us, it have days I just lie down and cry because not every day is an update. And so I have days I just look back, and even though I am who I am and the successes and things that I've accomplished, I have certain things that really just get me down, you understand? And there's certain things that happens in society that really, you know, mess with my spirit. But I just started walking a path where I wanted to do good and be good, regardless of what anybody do to me. I don't care. You start me my back at the end of the day, people just call me stupid, you understand? But you start me my back and the day I will keep my distance from you, but I would never say no to you to a glass of water or a plate of food, because at the end of the day, what you suffering from, or the sins that you have, or those sins that you have, wrong with, or the problems that you have that you're dealing with. If I decide to react to that, then no, I am just being a part of that problem. Yeah. You understand? I have to be a part of the solution. So I just started doing good and being good and believing in myself that what is meant to me, for me, will be attracted to my life. I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't trying to be anything. I was just reading. I was just sitting in my store. That was the time I had my balloon decoration store. I just sit in my store reading every day and just really trying to find who I was, because I felt as though I was lost. And then I started working with Dev, soca artist Dev, doing marketing and stuff like that, and I feel like I made a great impact in, you know, in changing his outlook and how people saw him and stuff like that. And weirdly enough, I called Swanee for one. I called Blacks actually, because him and Swanee was linking for one of my events lit, and this man tell me he want me to pay some kind of big thing. I said, boy, brother man, I tell you it's my birthday and it's a small party, boy. I said, boy, nah, I'm in pain, I know me, understand, because I not done that, right? And I said, nah, thing. I said, but I respect it same way, because at the end of the day, that your price. You can't drop your price because somebody having a small party. So, boom, now we linked it, that was nothing. Then for Nyla, them event in Brown Lara. We literally walk into each other. He was walking to his performance, and I was walking with somebody going the opposite direction, and we literally just kind of like bump into each other, like he was watching this one, and we were bumping into each other, and we just like, hey, and he watched me so, and I watch him so, and we walk off. Right. After that, now, I can't even remember how we truly linked, but I think he was feeling my vibe. I think he was watching me for, he did say that. He was watching me for a while. I mean, I'm not sure what happened with him and his last management, because we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the past. We move forward. And he just decided to start just dropping by. He used to come down by the BAAD store, wherever. He do a little endorsement, just thing. And I was cool at it, you understand? Swanee, man, brother, I start up, you understand? Like, we move in. And then I left the country for a little vacation, which was last year, December. But by that time, it was cool. By that time, a year or something had already passed, and he used to just drop by, hill, man, say, is the same thing, normal. And then he called and said, watch, I really need to talk to you. I was like, well, I have a flight, you know, I looking to bust the tape right now. No. Now what? Dan, I really need to talk to you, ting. This year coming up here, 2020, you know, everybody was hyped for 2020. I said 2020 thing, big moves. And he never told me where he went until I came back. And I touched down from the airport. He was like, I'll pick you up. I was like, no, my friend already coming for me. So. And my friend came pick me up, and then when I got home, he came and invited me, and then we just sat down and he just laid out on the table, and I was astonished. I was like, not for a second, when you tell me you want to talk to me, I swear to God, not for a second when this man told me he wanted to talk to me, I even entertained the thought that he trying to have me as a part of his team. It's not like I didn't feel like I could do it. It's just that it wasn't in my head. It's not something that I put in my narrow path going forward. And he asked, and you know, I told him I would get back to him, because it wasn't something that I was just going to jump at without thinking about it. And it took me a little while, or a long while, before I said yes. But as I said before, eventually I just kind of say, you know what, he's granting me an opportunity, let's see where it goes.
You think he do research on them before?
Yeah, a lot. He always mentions it. Yeah. He's a very particular individual. A lot of people don't really know him, don't really know how he is, his aura, and he's also, you know, very young, and I feel like his prospects is global, but he's very smart. He is very smart. He thinks through his decisions. He doesn't really trust much people at all. Obviously he also had a hard life growing up as well, so he understands the life, and I just feel like, yeah, he did a lot of research. He did a lot of research on me prior. Yeah, he asked a lot of questions. You understand? He even make a man, what this man do me now, boy? He made one of my brethren call me while I in New York, boy. I in the Apple store, remember, you know? Contemplating to buy this iPhone, boy. Saying, boy, wait, think. This man called me, boy, and telling me, boy, here we're going to team and girl, boy. This friend of mine is one of the partner, but he's a money man, not iron. Tell the man not bread. Money man. He's a different Benz and thing, youth man, that real bread, yeah. Well, he used to be around us when we ready to pump people coming with the Benz and we outside. Are you foreign? Nah, right? He living down there, but I wasn't foreign at that time. I just telling about the fella, nah. Yeah. And he made this fella call me while he's sitting down and he can't tell it. And the fella telling me, if you watch nothing, man, which I didn't know how long I like you, I just want to throw money on you. Ting. And the phone and I saying, boy, what happened to you, boy? I say, all I feel money, let's just get people up. I said the wrong person, I know the type for that, and I hang up on him. So they call me back now, they miss the call, I ignore the call, they call me back again. Swanny on the phone. I said, boy, stop playing mad with me now, boy, ting. And I wanted to test you too. Tell me, hey. I said, boy, not on that. But, so I feel like he did his research, he asked us questions, you understand? And yeah, he know what he doing.
Are you somebody difficult to deal with? Like, where your work is concerned?
If he is somebody difficult to deal with, yeah. I don't think so. I think he knows what he wants, and just like me, I think me and him are very similar. And he would hold a lot of people that think he's an asshole, because any time you need to be successful or take a step above the rest, the people who not willing to take that step will always watch you as something different or something wrong. Mm-hmm. He knows what he wants. He knows the direction that he wants to go in, and if anybody not with it, then we don't have time for it. And that's just how he is. He's not difficult. He just knows where he wants to go, and he's not playing with his career. But other than that, he's Swan cool. Swan is a cool dog. And boy, he don't come out now, boy. He don't come out. I didn't even say. I always see him for my birthday. I was in my creep and I pass and check him for my birthday. He don't really come out. He cool and he like his own zone. He don't really mingle and think too much. And it's not because he don't want to mingle. He chill, you know. He like to rock back to the own game. He bag a weed and he good to go. You understand? A mic, a little thing, a beat. And I only want Swan. He lives in the studio. When I go up there for studio time, this man is want to go till 3 o'clock in the morning. He loves what he does. He's amazing at what he does. He don't put pen to paper. He freestyles everything on a beat, and he will write a song in 2 minutes. And
you freestyle everything?
Is all of his songs. Well, let me not say freestyle. It's not like a full freestyle, but he will sit down on a beat. He will sing something and he will put it on one time. Right. So none of his songs are written. Okay. All of his songs is on spot. It's on spot. So but he blew my mind the first time I saw him record, because he did 3 songs a night, and we literally were in his studio for 2 hours. For 2 hours, and he did 3 songs. That I could remember that week we recorded like 7 songs in 1 week. And guys would not go in the studio every day. So when he's ready to go and get there, he will get there. When he's ready to rock back, he will rock back. So
I see you making some appearances these days in some videos.
But one video I appeared, you know that?
Well, probably that's why I call somebody IG or in videos or the
yeah, well, the only reason why I really jump out in that video too, because my name was called in the video, in the song, and I just decided to jump out in the back ends and show my face a little bit, really and truly. I used to that front life. I used to be real frontish, you understand? But really and truly, that's not making me
that glimpse I gave it to you.
Yeah, now you wouldn't really see. If you don't know, you wouldn't really see.
I said, nah, I rewind.
Yeah. If you don't know, you wouldn't really see.
Pass so quick, I rewind again.
Yeah.
Catch him now.
Nah, I made sure of that too. It was just a little glimpse, you understand? A little glimpse, yeah. I done for the team, you know. I
believe if I show you, I still have screenshots on my phone.
Serious?
Yeah. Nah. But I just snap it now.
Yeah, no. I don't have much plans of being in videos or anything like that. I just jump out on a vibe now, boy, because all them times too, I was still trying to show my loyalty towards the team and show that, I actually there, because remember, they grew up together. I was an outsider that jumping in the scene, and somebody that he entrusted to bring on the team now, boy. And it was solely his decision. So I was really just trying to, be a part of the team, build our vibes and show my spirit, because I think that, well, first I like to say, I thank God for COVID because I feel as if I didn't have COVID, we would have had way more complications because I am a stubborn being and he's a stubborn being. So sometimes two of us have ideas of how something should be, and we had to literally find some kind of center, and him being him and me being me, because we are very similar mentally. We was clashing. But now I just basically being older too and experiencing certain things, obviously being in events and stuff and dealing with people, and will come like the same thing because alright, Swanee come like me when I had Brick House. I was selling my dream for Brick House to my committee, but they would never understand the dream like how I want them to understand it and respect it or see it. Understand? And it's the same thing with him. So me being a part of his team now, I just trying to understand. I just trying to be a part of his dream. And I'm going to be Tamar and I want to be pick and manager. No, I am a part of ZTech Records because I want to support or I believe in what he is trying to accomplish.
Right.
My thing is BAAD Clothing Co. and my business. I just handle my things separately. I don't mix them.
You come into that?
Alright.
ZTech, as I mentioned, are you managing the whole ZTech empire?
No sir, I cannot manage all
Just
those artists. Prince Swanee alone is a lot of work. Managing an artist, and kudos to the managers and them who are three, four artists. Big man thing. Because than to really focus on an artist to take him to the next level, you cannot be focused on anybody else. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, there's been talks about it, but it's not something I'm interested in.
I want to go to the streets a little bit.
Street man.
Street name.
Yeah, street man.
That music video where you're paying with Prince Swanee.
Talk to me.
The ground saying to have a subliminal message.
What is the subliminal message?
Is a kind of 6 this song. I feel they heard it talk already.
Well, obviously, in the game, I must hear the talk.
Is it true?
What is true?
The send a subliminal message.
For who?
Rebel 6 and Killer.
I
can break it down for you if you want to.
No, well, let me tell you. Music is like this. Tupac and Biggie did it. You understand? Jay-Z did it. You understand? Music is like this. Whatever it is to stay current in the game, you do it. Now, I cannot say what Swanee did. I do the paperwork. You understand? Swanee makes the music. So if he did send us a subliminal message, I plead the Fifth Amendment.
We getting straight here.
Yeah, we going straight. Go
Right.
straight. I plead the Fifth against it, but I know my artists.
I'm going to teach you that.
What's that?
You plead a fifth.
Plead the Fifth Amendment. That's a foreign thing. But
Right. What I say, it was in the video.
Right.
You is currently his manager.
Yes, sir.
Right? So the street might believe you might have a take on where it is really take place.
Well, at the end of the day, the street might believe he's not Gina's son. But Gina know that Ira is his son. So at the end of the day, our vision at ZTech and my vision as an individual is not to listen to what anybody else has to say, because at the end of the day, Iroy, we could sit down in here and have a conversation, right? We could have this live here, and Duval, anybody in this room could go and say, yeah, Tamar say, yeah, that will happen.
Can I ask you the main question?
Ask the main question.
If you don't want to answer, you want to watch you first.
Plead the fifth. No, I don't plead the fifth. I really know. I understand. I really.
Is it true that your artist that you're managing right now was responsible for the death of Rebel 6 and Killer?
Okay, first, hold up. I find, like, honestly, I find that is the funniest thing, though. Like, honestly, when Killer passed away, we were all by one of Swanee's houses. And the man cried out.
Right.
You understand? And first of all, they're saying the spiritual wickedness, boy. That is the most ridiculous thing to the mature mind I have ever heard. Okay, cool. Let me move on. Talk about Rebel. Because Killan, that's ridiculous. Don't even mention Killan because how?
Rest in peace to Killan.
May you rest in peace, and that was my personal friend. Understand? He represented my brand. We spoke up till a couple of days before, and as I say, when he passed away, we all were astonished in a room of silence, and that was the first time I saw Prince Swanee. You understand? Right, move on to Rebel. Say, okay, More realistically, he and Rebel at some Marago fly come out and rifle war. Is that somewhere and they had the weather. Then realistically, how would the country just jump on something? Alright. What it is, what else it is, they could see.
He did not attend Rebel funeral.
He did not attend Rebel funeral. That what I could do to see and Rebel. He did not stay for Rebel.
No, understand what I'm saying?
Me go neither.
No, okay. Remember now, we're going back to the survey, say, he showed sympathy when Rebel passed out. Right?
For Killa and that was it.
Right? And Rebel 6 passed away and he did not attend Rebel funeral.
First and foremost, big man thing.
No, he didn't have to, eh?
We're going into that. First and foremost, big man thing, and this is to the world who listening. Then, nobody don't have to do what people say all they have to do. You understand? If he felt as though he didn't want to go to the funeral for his own reasons, that is on him. That doesn't give the public a reason to say that he did something that he didn't do. You understand what I'm saying? I feel as though here what my take is on this, and I'm going to bring this out here for the first time. Take the exclusive. Here what my take on this is. Trinidad and Tobago, as we know it, is a country of crabs in a barrel. Anybody that steps out of the realm of average is considered an enemy. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I have to say to the country about certain situations. Not every time somebody is climbing, look, I just have to comment anyway. Not every time somebody is climbing out is a threat. We just feel, this is a real feeling I wrote, big man thing, right? It have certain times I watch certain people who has been in my realm climb, and it's not like I envy them, but I just feel a certain sink in your heart, like, that could have been me. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But what we need to do with that feeling is use it as motivation, and not use it as a tool to try to make up or fabricate things that will bring that person down. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of trying to lift up a boy of the soil, you understand? Instead of trying to lift up somebody who will put us on the map, because big man thing, and soca might get vexed with me, soca do not bring the attention to Trinidad the way Trinidad and dancehall has brought it in a short span of time. Look at the views. Talk about it.
That is a keyword, the short span of time.
Short span of time.
That's safe, that's statement to me.
Well, right, but I mean, you have to wait till I feel complete my statement.
Right.
You understand? I love my soca. I work with Dev, Nadi and I good. You understand? Different people. I get Nadi bad clothes. Different people. Lyra and I'm a dog. You understand? I love soca. And just as much as we are uplifting and pushing the soca artists, don't shun the difference that the youths them trying to make. Music is something that people use to express themselves.
Right.
Swanee grew up in a tough era. I will not go into that. Yeah. I don't know the man like me wasn't he friends and small, but I know Vesini. And I know we is not a bad boy tongue, but I know men who grew up in certain things. You understand? And if those said men, and I know men who grew up in certain things who could sing. And if them said men, I know men who grew up in certain things who could really play ball too. And if them said men had the encouragement and the motivation and push of the said people who could have pushed them, there would not be somebody in somebody places that they are today. So my words to Trinidad and Tobago and everybody viewing TeamViza today, right? And this is the first and last time I go even address something like that. And big man thing is home and that is why. You understand? Try uplifting. You understand what I'm saying? Stop always thinking negativity or negatively towards things that all they have no clue about. You understand? Everybody in life goes through certain hard times and struggles, and a kind word might save our life instead of take our life. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes when we feel like opening our mouth to say things that doesn't make common sense or doesn't have fact to it, I think we should just shut up.
Shut up, shut up.
So, at the end of the day, big man thing, I know plenty people will troops whoever, but spend some time in some silence. And these days I get into meditation a lot. Spend some time in some silence and really bring yourself together to think that the energy that you spend to talk about a man, and I know listen to music and Six and C-Tech and all of that, whatever. There's no war. Z-Tech is a record label. We are registered in the United States as a record label. And I can guarantee you within the next 3 years, a lot of you who are saying a lot of things about Swanee and his team will be the same people are very proud of the things that he's going to bring back to his land of Trinidad and Tobago. So, if we could get rid of that conversation, because that is a tough one and I probably might have some questions to answer, but it's not something I'm not willing to do. You understand? And my take on the thing, because personally I have never discussed that with my artists. I have, you feel I don't hear the talks? Come on, as a street girl. I have never sat and have that conversation with my artists. We have never had it. It is not something that we want to put in the camp. You understand? It's not something that we want around us. We try to push positivity all the time. Unfortunately, gunman lyrics selling. Put a gospel or a normal song now.
Okay, so what's saying? You consider that being selling out?
Selling out?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
In a sense, like, alright, the gunman lyrics. You send them today, tomorrow.
Yeah, but
right?
listen to me, right? Music is music. Jay-Z went through a period before he started to sing and become a multi-billionaire. 50 Cent talk about how much drugs and guns and things and whatever he do. You understand? We need to differentiate the difference. I mean, and parents could limit the children on what they listen to, because this is adult contemporary music that we cannot blame the artists for singing. If you don't want your children them to listen to certain things, put that discipline in your child head, but at the end of the day you still cast up a man, and at the end of the day if some man teaching you the realness of life, and if you go the road there to know, so you just buy. I like going into this. I grew up different, all you know that. Your mother will know that too. I grew up different to how my brothers and sisters go. They grew up sheltered, I grew up there. Better bottom line, they can't put me and my brother or my dad's side in the same place and they deal with the situation in the same way. Me, I don't go nowhere without these antennas up. They just move back and forth like my dog. Because at the end of the day, I know that what life could bring, but they be naive to the fact they don't know. So certain things you could switch it, you understand? You're trying to listen to that music, you don't feel that they need a cuss word in school. We just be naive to life. You're naive to life. Children in primary school they come up, mommy, think, and then in school telling the friend, boy, F this and F that. It's all about the discipline that you bring to your child and the eyes that you open, or the mind that you open for your own kid. Tell your kid, be real to your kid. Be real to your kid. Alright, this is Prince Ryan music, he's singing, whoever you're listening to this, ask them, you know what you mean by that? Instead of telling that child, boy, that's up and listen, you know what he mean by that? Get into a child brain, and at the end of the day, I will never be mad at anybody, any artist or anybody that feels to express what they know and what they have been through in true music. That what music is, tattoos, this is my life, this is my accident piece, and I chose to tell my story here with ink, and then I move my ink to my brand.
The same worth $10,000.
This worth more than $10,000.
You talk here.
Yeah, this is worth more than 10,000. This entire piece. This is not how I express.
Don't spoil the band. We need a band.
Alright, that's how I just express. So I cannot fight a man for choosing how to express. The first design that I ever bring was a hat that had an X and a middle finger. I know it meant F you. I can't say it loudly.
Why you can't say it loudly?
Or I could say it meant fuck you. Right? And it meant that people was buying it like crazy. That was sold out. Real people buy it. And that didn't mean that I wanted to cuss the world. It just means that is emotion that I was holding inside. You understand? So a man saying, boy, I left my 4-5 and stuff like that doesn't mean that he's trying to do them thing. It just means that is certain emotion. So that is the information that was fed to him.
One thing I wanted to ask you personally. Nobody else. I was asking this, right? The music videos that the artists does make. I don't know who behind the scenes the music videos, right? Why every music video you must see a firearm?
You gotta ask the artist that.
Using management.
Yes, I have that role, but you gotta ask him that he's the creator. I don't tell you how to do your videos.
Just like when Puff Daddy was managing Biggie Smalls, and he went back to LA and Puff told him, don't sing this song. I'm going, back. Who know? Who shot you?
Okay.
Because Tupac had just get shot, I believe. Right? So your management play a role now.
Yeah.
You know? Don't sing that song because it will cause heat on us. So you as a manager now, your artist, you know, as you mentioned, he's the one responsible for that, right?
Right.
firearms. You never like say, boy, that we ease up the firearm thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. At the end of the day, I could make my suggestions, but the creator would always be the creator. And I'm not the type of manager who is going to go into somebody's life to try to change who it is. He will change on his own time, his own merit. He's 23 years old, and when I was 23 years old, nobody cannot tell me what the fuck to do. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he will change in his own time. Swanee is young, Swanee is ambitious, and I think that the country should use the opportunity to uplift somebody, because trust me, nobody not going to break the barriers like he did. Nobody not going to stand up to dance all in Jamaica and say Trinidad have a say.
I had a guy who came here, he said, mentioned that they are simple.
Yeah, nobody not going to do that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we still have to nurture the fact that this is products of our fucking environment, Roy.
Talk the things them.
This is products of our environment. These are people that we make.
Right.
These are people that we make, simply not telling a man, boy, the music song ain't good when you're young, whatever, but you can really play now, I think you should do so and so. And instead of telling him, boy, you shit. Doval, how much time I tell you, boy, Doval, boy, you shit, boy, I regret that. You understand? Because, yeah. You understand? But I'm saying that, but I do a next man something that my poetry is in, because I went through it and I know. Instead of treating somebody, even said that you feel as though they are doing something that is not pleasing to the eye or wrong, instead of treating them by forcing them, you allow them or guide them to have their own experiences. And at 23 years old, I am proud of that man. I am telling you, I speak in his spirit a lot recently. I am proud of that man and all that he does. He feeds an entire community. He takes care of his family. You understand? At 23 years old, I know some people that still can't do them kind of thing. I know for sure that he would do without to make sure that he put a smile on his boy's face. I know for sure that they have a lot of fellas around him doing productive things, producing, road management, clothing. Without him, that wouldn't exist. You understand what I'm saying? So instead of continually watching the negative, let me take a switch on it in 2021 and start watching some positive.
One thing I will do for me before we close off this whole management business.
Talk to me.
So any message you would like to send to all them little vipers who are attacking the artists?
We don't really want to send much messages to anybody, no, but I do have messages to send out to anybody who, wants to actually do a thing. Z-Tech Records is actually open for helping out young artists.
The artists who can rap, collaboration.
Yeah, I know it's your thing, yeah. I know from since young too, I forgot that to remind my daughter now. Yeah, but we don't really care, because we love the haters. She's always saying, I love all my haters. I love all my fans. You understand? Because at the end of the day, everybody viewing, everybody want to review. Every time you view a video, money in my pocket, So we don't really deal with the haters. In our camp, we don't deal with negativity, but I do have a message for all the young artists and they coming up. Yes, it might be tough. It's not a easy game to break barriers, but it is within every one of you to actually, be something. And Prince Wani proved that to us, and he proved that to this country.
Right.
And he definitely opened the door, because nobody wasn't singing no dancehall like how they're singing it now. Now everybody's a dancehall artist. You understand? So if he didn't kick down the door, and I could tell you for sure,
sometimes he bars in there a little more punching, eh?
You mean punching?
That rap man, so I deal with serious punches
serious
and
bars.
serious bars, and you know what I mean?
What I admire my artist for mainly is his melodies. He's very good at melodies, and I feel as though if you're looking for more lyrical content, he could probably grow into it. But I like his lyrics.
It's about song we sing. Oh God, we sing. Yeah, on this short pants, and he was. The red, white and striped thing, a white jersey.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
What song is that, boy?
God.
Striped pants?
Yeah, casual lang, he get to, you know what I mean? Anyhow.
Die Tonight.
Yeah.
I died tonight. I die tonight. And that song? Oh, Die Misery. talking about misery.
It's a line we mentioned.
And he was like,
dog, you want to sing? You want to be?
I'm a bun.
Who you trying to?
That Mara go fly you talking about?
Yeah, who you talking about?
I don't know, ask the creator.
Anyhow, not for this, right?
No, but at the end of the day, right, big man thing. Music is about musical awards. Music, you know that I was a rapper. Yeah, it's about musical awards. And you know, a man might even drop a song for you, but you just feel like you want to sing and reply to it. You know, men sing song about you, honey. I don't see it. Nah,
you don't pay them no mind to be because I'll get them.
Nah, we don't have time for that. Yeah. We are next level. Boy, when Corona bust, we tour in UK. I know I overbook right now. I don't even want no more bookings. So
Huh?
If TeamViza, what the fuck? We don't go there. Yeah.
For bookings, for artists.
PrinceWani@gmail.com. You can send all messages there. I will personally reply.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go into the bad clothing. This here is a different kind of thing, eh? Some punches coming here for you.
Punch now. I like that. There's viral now. There's me now. We are talking about the wrong person before. Let me go to it now.
We're ouch, boy. No, you see, TeamViza TV, right? We just want the whole journey. We guess. Right? We just try to skip. Because I go from where you go obviously a knock ball and come straight into management. I forget all the whole national.
Yeah. I like you're going through
journey.
I like that. I respect it.
So somebody press play, they can say, yeah, boy. Yeah, get him a journey. You know what I mean?
Right.
BAAD. What is BAAD clothing?
BAAD means is an acronym for Brickhouse Authentic Apparel Designs. But BAAD is really like authentic apparel designs. Right? The time when BAAD it was created with my committee from Brickhouse. We were looking for something, to name the brand and to sell the movement that we were going with. So we penned and we came up with BAAD. And then I kind of sat on it for a couple of months, could be a year, a little more than a year. And I try to, with everything that I do, I try to bring some sort of substance to it. So I didn't want to just throw a name out there that didn't have a backing. And BAAD kind of sit with me well because everybody knows since I was younger, I've always been the rebel, you understand? I always want to do what everybody not doing. I causing the most amount of trouble. But people always used to say, or make me feel like it was a bad thing. You understand? I just was different. I just didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. And to me, I didn't feel, in my spirit, I didn't feel as though it was a bad thing. I didn't feel as though the things I was doing was bad. And that in itself built a lot of resentment for me and a lot of things, my parents, family, people who told me that I couldn't amount to certain things. And BAAD now is what I use to symbolize the icon of the rebellion. So basically BAAD was the starting of the movement. Do good and be good, and be yourself, be creative for who you are, be who you think you want to be. Now your mother and your father, because growing up, your mother and father go to be a doctor, be a lawyer, and the day that is not within everybody. Right. Everybody have the different talents and creativity. So BAAD really was the beginning of the rebellion for people like myself to stand up and rise up and be creative and do the things that they feel as though they can do and be great at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I realize now the name kind of
upside down.
Yeah,
it was just something to catch your eyes.
To catch your eyes?
It's just one A we flipped and we reversed the B, but it was just something to, you ain't gonna just put BAAD, B-A-D, that lame. So we just, the graphic artist just uses.
So do you consider yourself being a local designer?
I'm not a certified designer, but I'm currently pursuing a designing course. So I wouldn't consider myself a local designer just yet, but I soon will be. What I do consider myself is a passionate person who uses clothing as an avenue to speak to the world and speak how I feel.
Okay. Yeah. And well, I don't know if I will call it that.
Yeah.
Local designers, they shouldn't answer people right now, right? Do you really consider these individuals being local designers? Reason being, only thing the design.
You sure you want me to go into this conversation?
Yes. The only thing that they're designing is the logos.
Alright. For me, designing, that's why I said initially I wouldn't consider myself a designer. To me, designing is something a lot more intricate. When I look up some of the designers, some of the people that, run Balmain, Anna Winthrop, people like, Kanye West, people like, give me some Off-White, Virgil. But right now, we just printing on clothes, boy. We just printing we logo on clothes. That's nothing to do with designing. Designing is being able to create a masterpiece, one of a kind, something that isn't seen.
Exactly.
So, and this is something that I am pursuing, because obviously I wouldn't want the brand to stay on the same level. I wouldn't consider myself a designer. However, I would consider myself creative, and I feel like if an next man wants to call himself a designer, then so be it. But I personally wouldn't consider myself a designer, but I am just me.
Because I did my research, I think I say, but certain individuals calling themselves designers, when they look at it, the only thing they're designing is the logo.
Yeah. And some of them didn't even design their own logo.
Because
the paint and graphic artist said it to them. So who is
Black's the man.
Yeah, who is the real designer?
Black's do work for you?
Nah. Blacks did work for me in the past, but he didn't do this logo. A guy from Tobago did this logo for me. Yeah.
And they call themselves designers, but it's only your logo you're designing, because you're still going to buy a t-shirt elsewhere wholesale, and just come up now, as you mentioned, not even them coming up with their own logo design. Graphic designers coming up with it.
Yeah,
so basically, what is it doing? They're just hustling. And the machine putting it on. So
I don't really know. I don't really know what men do it, big man thing. I don't really study. Well, I write personally, I think that this is the hardest of the questions you're asking me right now, because God knows, my team knows, I don't focus on nobody. And if I feel like somebody is directly targeting me, I will block them.
Right.
I will delete them and block them off of my site, because I would want to address it, because as the kind of person I am, certain things I like to bold-facedly address now. And then I also understand that certain things doesn't need addressing, and that came with a lot of experience and maturity as I grew older. But big man thing, I just study as soul. All I just see is BAAD Clothing Co. when it comes to clothing and the direction that I want to see the brand, and I just take the thing in a pace of what I could manage, what my pocket could reach for. You understand? I'm not going to run out there and bring this and that and the other, and then I know my thing selling slow, and I had a put on there for a year. Nah, I producing what I know going out the window, because other than being somebody who designing clothing, I am a business person, and the money talks. You understand? And money is important. It's an important piece of paper that is necessary for you to do more and have more successes. So I don't really care about man.
I know, I gotta say, in 2021, we're not endorsing the local designer. Tamar, what's it? Or the local branding.
Right.
We do bad.
Number one, fuck everything else, bad. And big man thing, I'm gonna be real.
Talk it, Tamar.
Right? Big man thing. When I started BAAD Clothing Co., a lot of the clothing companies and stuff that out here took inspiration from me. And I don't have nothing against that. You understand? They took a lot of inspiration from what I was doing. I made it comfortable for them to realize it's okay to start a local brand. You understand? I initiated it, because when I came out, it was just hideout clothing and probably some other few little brands here or there. But really and truly, I started tagging jerseys. I started doing these things. I started bringing cotton shorts, and then people would just follow. And that is the reason for humanity. Somebody need to start to set the trend, and then other people will realize this is possible. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't have nothing against anybody brand, for a matter of fact. Most thing I will do is encourage, but better bottom dollar will have to catch me. You understand? And when I say catch me, I mean, people wouldn't say, I don't really study, bye. I don't really study, alright, my brand, I sell 100,000 pieces. I don't know how much pieces I sell.
Tamar, I'll go shoot it here.
We'll go straight.
That's the making.
Yeah, that's not, I just saying, I know,
I feel some
let me leave that there.
No,
but
it's just
something that I felt like, okay, I gotta be real. And I don't really care what people have to say personally because I just live my life to please me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I not gonna jump out and try to pretend I the top and nothing. Because at the end of the day, God bless me to have a brand and I'm not going to boast on our next man. I'm going to always try to help our next man. You understand? I wouldn't cut my nose off my face to give a man something. You understand? Or try to make myself look ugly for a man to look cute. But at the end of the day, I'm always willing to give advice, and my team could attest that I'm always willing to help out somebody, and my team, I'm always willing to give my last dollar, and I wouldn't even know that my last dollar. You understand what I'm saying? But one thing I don't like, okay, let me lay down on this table. It had two of the two greatest players in the world right now is who? In football.
Messi and Ronaldo?
Right. I don't like Ronaldo for one reason.
Why?
He's too cocky. You are too boastful.
But point in time, you was just what I mentioned
A
earlier.
point in time,
yeah.
But he not growing into anything. You understand?
Yeah.
He not. I don't know if now he's settling down, but I say in his time on the field, too much of emotional decisions were being made rather than rational decisions. You understand? I am a rational person. You understand? I'm not emotional. I'm not going to make a decision of a feeling. Anytime I start to feel emotional, I will sink into my own realm, calm myself, and then think rationally. You understand? Because I'm not out here to bring down anybody or try to compete with anybody or I'm out here to do what God put me here to do. And wherever I might be, I grew up in church and I hated the church and I still hate the church. I will. But you see, within my spirit, I know where God resides in me. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't really mix and mingle. I big man thing. Me and all the brand owners good. You know what? I don't want to collab with me and thing. I just not ready to collab yet. You understand? I'm waiting for Gucci or one of them to call me first.
Everybody good.
Nah, but no me.
Your army clothing it.
That's my dog.
Lala closet.
That's my godson parents, you know.
Geo Designs.
We normal. I ain't gonna lie, we normal. I just find you a little too bossy and I go be real about it. I don't like that. And then the first time I'm talking about it and I hear a whole million things. Somebody tell me the other day. Tell me the other day, they say this and I said that. I said, well, I don't care what nobody says.
Who said that? Geo Designs?
No, I ain't calling no name better, man. You understand? They say thing and thing. I vex and vex. If I show them my books how much money BAAD couldn't go there, BAAD is, what other source of income I have? BAAD is mine me. You understand? My rent not cheap. You understand? BAAD is mine me. And I don't have to come out and show the world that is what it is. I just feel as though within a person, if you're doing something like that, do it to uplift people. You understand? Do it to uplift. Every single individual with a piece of my clothing, you understand, walks out of my store feeling that they are part of a family. My customers and they come back 10 times fold. Every single drop I make, bet your bottom dollar I have at least 50 customers will buy it every time because, not to say that I like it or they don't like it, just because BAAD dropped something new. And you understand what I'm saying? That is the difference in that's what I think makes a difference in my brand. It's not about a single sale. If I give a man a jersey and it have a factory defect, and when I say a factory defect, I mean we had a problem with printing and we missed something, whatever, and a customer come to me, I will give them a full refund and still might give them 2 extra jerseys and say, we apologize. You understand? That's how we just live with good customer service. Ask anybody who represent BAAD Clothing Co. and who have met me in that store personally, how our interaction was. And big or small people, they just come in the store because they know I manage so many and they will buy a piece and they go hard. You understand? And yet still our interaction remains the same. I do not treat anybody as though they are less. I do not treat anybody as though I am better. I sit with everybody. People will come to me and say, I'm so inspired by you. I really want to start my brand. I will give them the starter kit. Yeah. It had a point in time I'd be like, nah, I mean, give nobody my suppliers. I think I rather just give everybody my suppliers now because that is nothing. That is nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Those things are nothing. At a point in time when I started my brand, I was upset. Don't ask me where I gained my things in. You understand? Because I went and do my research and you just want to feed off of me. No, that is nothing. Help a man. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't live so that. And at the day, big man thing, much respect to Gio for the things that he doing. Though them watch I like it. I think it was a really big move. You understand? Flip-flops is something I was done already. But the watches, class. I'll give him that. Understand what I'm saying? But if I had to give him a piece of advice is, all of these one family, dog. All of we come from the same place.
So what BAAD clothing have any making other than what is they have presently right now? You know what I mean?
Flag that question or we'll get them something. Little.
Are you under management where BAAD clothing is concerned?
Nah, this young man here I will mention him Naeem. I met him a couple of years ago and could be 2 years? A year and some? A year and a half? Yeah, and he have the spirit of a champion. You understand? And I feel like he's somebody that if he stays in society, they might eat him up. Because I like me, even though his exterior might seem tough, he's soft. You understand? And I just felt as though my spirit take him and I say, you know what, and I go and wing him. And I use him a lot, you know, I make sure I treat him good and I make sure I pay him well. I don't, you know, try to, you know, abuse him, but I want to teach him.
Right.
You understand? And he's been a great instrument in my life, and I would think, well, to BAAD for since he's been in my life, and I would think that taking any advice from him would be good because I might be saying down here rotting things off. You ain't seen them in the back telling me, woo, we'll come again. No. Yeah, the great mother advice. I mean, not that you know, I'm afraid to do it, but you can't be, I ain't
Yeah.
You understand? I have my team and you know, we have certain protocols, and that don't mean that because I'm the owner, I should be one breaking it. You know what I mean? But back to the question. We have other things in store for BAAD, and I was supposed to be this year, and I don't know if anybody noticed, but we went under the bridge this year, and we did a lot of, you know, structuring in terms of dealing with the website and stuff like that. Obviously, we ran into a lot of problems with the website being in Trinidad and having disadvantages of hooking up payment and thing, and I don't want to drop anything unless it could be internationally recognized, because there's no point of me having a website if a man from Japan can swipe and pay for it. So I'd rather leave it down if I service in Trinidad and Tobago and some of the Caribbean and maybe some of the US. I have a few customers in the UK as well. I will service that until my time has come for that. And when God ready for me to do that, that will happen. But we definitely have some new things. Obviously, you know, we did denim and stuff in the past. We really want to take the brand up a notch. This year we use the time and opportunity to really sanction our basic tees. So just like you might go to H&M or anything, or Gucci or anybody, and find that they have basic tees that is affordable for the regular man. I mean, well, Gucci may not be affordable for the regular man, but I'm just saying they have something affordable. We set out our basic collections. Obviously, we might drop a few in between or just drop a spur at the moment basic. And then we are working on some more designer collections. A little thing, we definitely dropping a mascot and a new logo in the new year. But we're not going to release it until the merch is here, which we already ordered. So we have some things coming for BAAD, you know. We always try to keep our customers intrigued and always coming up with something new. This year we really didn't drop anything much that was new. We just basically structured the company, and it was a big deal. We needed that structure to see financially where we were losing and where we were winning, and what was important for the brand to reach to the next level. We also made contacts with stores. Well, I flew to St. Kitts for that. We also made contacts with stores in St. Kitts, Barbados, and Jamaica. Grenada, we still in talks with them, and definitely within the next couple of years you'll be seeing BAAD being hosted in the Upper Islands. Yeah.
BAAD. Where is BAAD clothing store located presently?
Okay, we used to be at Skyview Lounge in San Fernando. That is right opposite where the new BMW, where the anti-cars used to be, right. But due to COVID and the restrictions, landlord still wanted me to pay full rent, and I decided that I would take the venture. Actually, when I moved out, I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do. You understand? It was a scary time for me to watching something that I built, because just recently, you know, paint and design the store and do over all the thing and spend a lot of money and investing in actually making the store something that people would enjoy coming to. And I wasn't scared. I knew something would happen, but I was just still kind of itchy about, alright, we're doing. And then, I mean, things just happened to come to place. We end up a room downstairs, my apartment ended up opening up and being available, which was the basement, which was actually a tool room. And I used to be training downstairs and I used to be watching this room and I said, why can't I just land on for this room, you understand? And if you see how it was the way it is, people will be baffled to know how I thought about doing that. But that's something with me too. People may not know about me besides just being creative in clothing. My family, my mother, my sister, your mom will know my mom had her own store and was down. I didn't even know mommy was like down that road and I was only there that they will line me with the family and I was like, but why are you following your mother footsteps? Wherever you live in a dream? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, mother have a store, mommy is sold, mommy this so one thing. But our family, Tyler, my sister, we creative and also actually seeing a room, designing a room, you know, and that kind of stuff like that. So I mean, I've had people asking me to come and help them with the rooms and stuff, but it's things I don't have time for. I want to, but I don't have. So right now it is in home at me. I mean, I don't really. I mean, they're gonna know anyway. Once that to come there, they must know, you know. It was the scene. So it's downstairs. I'm calling it the basement because it's literally a basement transformed, and it is in Laramie, San Fernando, and that's Arjun Singh Drive. The boulevard, if you know where the boulevard, Palmy's Boulevard is, it's the street actually opposite the Boulevard Street. So it's not like in Laramie. It's more like on Palmy's.
Okay, Palmy's.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nice neighborhood, nice area. It's not that hard to find.
You going big shot here?
Nah, so big shot. Nah, big shot is when you have your own place and they stop taking rent money. Rent is dead money, you know. Understand?
Right. So for the viewers, if they want to purchase BAAD clothing, your handles.
BAAD Clothing Co. on Instagram. Facebook, I don't use it that much. I should, because a lot of people ask from there, and it's something that we definitely discuss having somebody deal with that. I can't deal with that. Dealing with the Instagram alone is done be problem. Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram, and in the Instagram have a link to our WhatsApp catalog, which I created, and just for the meantime, while the website is being developed in the way that we would like to release, there you will find all the collections that we have available. And you can also just stop by, come to the store, call us. We're always available, you know, always available. You can get the call button, you can send us an email, or you can send us a DM. You will be greeted with the best customer service.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now before we close off tonight, this is the opportunity where TeamViza TV will give you to look into the camera and send this positive, press OK on the screen, please. Don't mind. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
We can send a positive message to the youths and them upcoming clothing entrepreneurs.
My general message to everyone is open your eyes. And when I say open your eyes, your third eye, open your mind. Allow yourself to, you know, feel yourself. Don't try to do anything because a crowd is doing it. Generally, find your niche, find something that makes you happy and do it. Just today somebody told me that they wanted to start a printery, but I know starting a printery is literally something that will have their past. And my message to them was basically, don't do it because you want to stay in the past. The past is the past, and we can't continue to live in the past because that has already gone. And if we live there, then we will never enter into our future. And if we never enter into our future, then we would live our entire life in our past, in our mistakes, in our downfalls. So whatever you have in your heart that you desire to do, I am a living testimony to say that it could happen, and greatness lives in each and every one of us. It's just up to you whether you decide to be a thinker or a doer. And thinkers, I just want to tell you this, shut up now. If all you're not doing, just hush. You understand? Don't let your mind carry you into places that it shouldn't be. That time that you're taking to be negative about yourself and others, try switching it, and it's very easy. It's not as hard as you think. Try switching it and just say, brother man, come out my people must feel I'm mad. I know my team and them feel I'm mad, you know, because I will literally just stand up just and say, the devil just have to ride out when he come by me, you know, because me and he just a serious fight. See, this coming or you just come a lot, and obviously any tree that bearing ripe rosy mangoes go get pelt. So,
Facts.
you have to understand that, you know, life comes with failures and you need to fail forward. You know, don't use your failures as something to hold you back, but use it as something to propel you to the next level. And know that everything will be good. God have you. Trust and believe. If you're doing good and being good, then things will turn out right in your life. So go for your goals.
Beautiful.
Right? If you, it's been in my thoughts a lot to come home and do stuff. Even though my time, let's be real, tied up. If we could sit down and pull some of the influential people in Destiny and decide to do something, I watch how that community center come and just, but then again, oh yeah, watch how the community center just come and just run down. But if the heads in Destiny want to do anything, and by extension, or they could just hail me. You understand? I down for the cause, you understand? Wherever I could give, whatever I could offer, and trust me, the way how I love Destiny and Destiny soil, I will be here in a jiffy. Because believe you me, I push this meat. Well, watch how late we going. I push this, and just because I was tired, I asked them, I come home. He asked me how I sleep, and if I drop you, I said, but I'm tired, I lie down for 30 minutes. I actually probably take about 45 minutes. And I knock out, and then I just jump up and wash my hair and come down. Because yesterday was my birthday too, so it was a long day.
Happy belated birthday, man.
Thank you very much. So yeah, man. Anything that the soil wants, I think it's us are the ones who had to come back and do something for it. You know, I also talking about doing a lot of stuff with, and in schools I went to and stuff like that. So. Say the word Destiny is Tamar, you know, Tamar is Destiny. So,
facts.
Yeah, we can't get away from
respect
that.
Respect that, man.
Blessed love, no brother.
Well, guys, there we have it. The CEO of BAAD Clothing and the management of Prince Swani and friend.
There's a special moment, it's 11/11.
Of Religious El Salandi,
yeah,
Miss Tamar Watson.
Blessed love.
On behalf of TeamViza, oh dear,
Thank you very much.
We have a small token of appreciation.
I love that.
Appreciation.
Sister, yeah, you just saw That's good vibes, though. Good vibes, for sure.
I didn't even know this was coming. Happy much.
Yeah, well, you see, she prepared. Now when you have a mother, one thing for certain. All your mother, all your back and I telling all the sense of the small and all. I telling all your boy, the mother, Gina, stand up for you. Yeah, the mother really stand up for you. And I'm young, but it has certain things that will always stick in my head. You understand? I want to be all the same age, or we go up on the same age, but I know for a fact she needs to play with children. You might remember she don't play with children.
I might remember.
But I say when you're small, don't play with Gina children, you know, it's a problem, you know. Understand? So, and I love, you know, I came here and I don't know why I wasn't, it's not like I wasn't expecting to see her or anything like that, but I love the fact that she's an instrumental part of what you're doing and continue doing that for your kids, you understand?
Well, guys, here we have it. Tamar Watson.
Don't know.
Live in, living, flesh, everything. Right? Now, to view this full interview, go subscribe to our YouTube channel at TeamViza TV and follow us on Instagram for the latest update at TeamViza_TV.
Blessed love.
We outside.
Damage. Big tune, Raps to Riches. I wish out on everybody though. Yeah, sad.
Very long this season, right? Like your eyes.
Yeah.
That's not so everything.
Yeah.
I've been seeing you like I was one hour.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What one dream? You look like coffee.
Come
So.
on, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know that. Alright, 5 minutes. It was nice, man. I know. I hope